Okay guys, what we're doing here is just a little video, and I've run most of this road already, but this is just to give you a bit of an idea of what it's like in this big truck, the big Kenny, with a couple of livestock trailers, a big B train or A train on the back there with a dolly on the trailer, and this is going through the middle of Iceland. So it's some incredible scenery, but also remarkably like a lot of roads getting into cattle stations and things like that. But have a bit of a look at this for a couple of minutes. It's pretty cool. And some, like, if you do this whole road, I'll show you the map in a minute before we go out. It's an incredibly hard map to negotiate, like phenomenally hard, and some areas where you've really got to concentrate to get through. And when I first started this, it was supposedly like a half-hour trip in real time. You know, it says 10 hours 15 minutes, and that's like 31 minutes of real time. So 10 hours 15 minutes on the GPS there. After about an hour and a half of real time, I still had 8 hours left to drive, which is 24 minutes. So I'd kind of used about 6 minutes of real time that I should have done, but it took me like over an hour to do it. So it's a phenomenally hard piece of road. And this doesn't do it justice here. I ended up getting into a place that I just couldn't get out of, so I backed up to a previous game, and of course I found out when I got into that the video hadn't been recording, so I'd been talking to myself for some time. So, but I'm only going to do a short video here and then point out where it is, and when it gets into a dirt track down the road a bit and everything, it's like a phenomenal piece of road. It's probably the most excruciatingly painful trip that I've done in any truck in this game ever. So this, when you go up into the mountains and all through the place, it's quite incredible. So the scenery is remarkable. So here we are at the intersection. And we'll start heading up into some crazy territory in a minute, so we'll try and keep this running for a few minutes just to get you into something exciting, which doesn't take long. I've got Llama the cat helping me out, sitting on my lap, being more of a pain than a help, but she doesn't want to leave. So just bear with me for a few minutes while we get up into some serious country, and then you'll see what I mean. But this is pretty cool. So this is in the in Euro Truck Simulator using a Kenworth mod. I think it's a 900 series, sorry, Kenny mod with a right-hand drive truck in the Euro truck, so we can drive it around the UK. 18-speed box, and with a mod livestock trailer on the back, which can be up to quad. So, and you can do dolly trailer hooking, you know, the A trailers or B train. So multiple combinations of the trailer. this to be an absolutely phenomenal map to drive around in. It was crazy. Bit of a glitch getting through the ferry, because one of the two ferries was a little short ferry, and the trailer got stuck halfway through the concrete, or halfway through the wall. So we had to teleport off the ferry to get it onto dry land, and even that was a bit of a hassle. But we got it moving, and then took the second ferry, and that was a larger ferry, and that was fine. So we managed to get onto dry land in Iceland. And previously I've gone anti-clockwise around the country, which takes you up into the snow straight away. And this time we went clockwise and then went across the middle. So when you see the map, you'll see what I mean. But it was a pretty crazy ride, and even the last section, which was over a half hour of drive time, was really incredible. And this next step is even worse. It's a pretty inhospitable place, but it's also very cool for driving. And this country's left-hand drive, so we're actually, because there's no traffic around, we're just using all of the road anyway. So this whole drive, once I left the road, left the coast, I haven't seen one other vehicle, so which is just as well. And this is probably the reason why in the game is that you wouldn't get by anyway. So okay, so we're starting to get up into the muddy stuff now. And this goes on and on and on, and you end up going through where there's rock walls on both sides of you, and rocks have fallen down and all sorts. So it's a pretty incredible scenery. I wish the previous video had it taped, but I'm not going to do another hour and a half of this. So this, the whole idea of this was just to give you a bit of a teaser. And if you've got Euro Truck Simulators, this is definitely the way to go. Started to climb here a bit, and we'll get into first of the messy stuff. Here we go. This is it. This is the spot where it just gets into absolute carnage. So I'm going to stop here and engage our diff lock. Sorry. This is pretty crazy. It's a bit rough on the tyres. Alright, we're through there, but it gets worse and it gets worse and it gets worse. But anyway, that will do for this video. Anybody keen on having a look at it, let me know.